We now return to Haley taking it to the streets on 1140 WRVA. Here's Barry Moore.
Welcome, Angela Patton from Camp Diva. I'd like our listeners to learn about you, get an introduction to you. Who are you, and how did you get involved with Camp Diva?
I am the founder of Camp Diva and now the CEO of Girls for a Change, which is a national organization that serves girls as well. Then we just actually decided to merge the local Camp Diva program and Girls for Change nationally.
Tell us about your background. What have you done in the past, and how did it lead you to Camp Diva? I think it's a great story.
Awesome. Well, my background actually is working with youth. I've worked with a lot of great nonprofits here in Richmond, the YMCA, Art 180, and my first job was working as a babysitter. So I've always liked working with youth. And I went to nursing school, but then some kind of way I was drawn back into really being hands-on with young people. And I just saw a need in the community, specifically for girls, specifically for middle school and high school girls, and decided to start my own nonprofit organization. And we started out with summer camps, and now we're providing after-school programs, and we also have conferences and rallies actually throughout the USA.
Were you a good babysitter?
I was awesome. I was busy every weekend.
Good tips?
Yes, actually.
Did you let the kids stay up late?
Yeah, I did cheat a little bit.
You're my kind of babysitter. Tell us about the nursing background. Did the nursing background help you out into what you're doing now? Did it give you any skills that you like to say, hey, this is a good way to be a nurse and then get involved in a nonprofit?
Yes, it did, because one of the key elements that we provide in Camp Diva is around health and wellness. And I think that that's because I already had a love for making sure that especially young girls and low-income communities were introduced to ways that they can continue to live healthier and happier lives. And my nursing background definitely played a role in that.
Great. So tell us again, you incorporated or you started the foundation or the nonprofit when?
In 2004.
Great. And we know what you did before it. So what is the day in the life of you when you're working with Camp Diva? What are you focused on? What are you working on? And what do you need from the community? Right.
Well, most of my role now, especially now that we've merged the organization, and I am not only just doing everything like the programs and, you're recruiting volunteers. When you first start, you grind and you got to do it all. But fortunately with the merger, I can really focus on one of the greatest needs, and that's bringing awareness. Not only awareness around funding that we need, but how people can get involved. People say all the time, I want to work in the girls' world. And that's what we provide. We provide that opportunity for you to touch a girl, to help girls get their voices, to help girls understand that they can be the change that they want to see. And Camp Diva and Girls for Change has been influential throughout the USA around making that opportunity possible. And that's my role, is to keep that message alive and find ways to continue to embrace girls through being in the company of powerful women that exist and one day that they can strive to become.
Good. What is some of the feedback you get from the girls? I mean, a year or two or three later, do you follow up with them? And what are the comments from them to you?
Yes. Well, basically for us, our girls have now become those women coaches because we've been serving girls now for 10 years. And so we are great to say we have a very strong alumni where girls say, it made a difference and an impact in my life. And I was able to find my voice. And now I want to be able to help other girls do that. And they come back now and now they're coaching other girls, and once a woman coached them. And what I tell them is one day they're going to be the CEO too. I try to prepare them to know that we need them to continue the legacy that we have built. And I am standing on the shoulders of women who came before me. And I want these girls to have the same opportunity to know that they could take the organization to another level than I have. They have the possibility, they have the opportunity to leverage it.
If you look at the girls that work with you, where would they be if they don't work with you? Where were they going, or where are they going? If they don't get involved in a program like yours, if you're not successful, where do they go? What happens to them?
Well, as we know, we see all of the risk factors that could be in place. Teen pregnancy, a high school dropout rate can raise, not continuing their education, getting caught up in someone else's relationship. Let's just be honest about it, a man or boyfriend, forgetting about self-love, financial issues could be a part of that. And so what we do in Camp Diva and Girls for Change is we know what the risk factors are, so we put best practice into action. And And so we know the best practice models that are out there, but we have to make sure the girls have hands-on experiences, that they're meeting people like the wonderful people in this room with me today, to be engaged and know that they have some sheroes and heroes to strive to be like one day. And that's breaking the cycles.
Somewhere along the line, you must have a couple mentors and some people that give you the strength to do what you're doing, because it's not easy.
Yes.
There's pluses and minuses and good and bad that you're dealing with every day,
right.
and you can only do so much. And you're counting on these young ladies with their family units to follow you and to find strength with you and self-esteem. Mm-hmm. But I'm sure not all of them do it. Where do you get your strength from? Who are your mentors?
Well, I would say that my parents are my first mentors. My mother and father, 40-some years, still together. They are my greatest mentors. But you know what? I try to model exactly what I tell my girls. Be around those who you want to be. So today, even though I'm an adult, I still look at coaches for myself, mentors for myself. And they have been women that I've met that I said, wow, she has a resource. She's smart. She's wisdom. Look for those who have wisdom. And so I would say that my parents are first, but every day I'm meeting wonderful women around the world who are still giving me and pouring more into me. And then I'm learning that I'm pouring into them. So as much as they're giving to me, I keep that door open for others to come through as well. So you're never too old to learn and to grow. So that's how I get my inspiration. Yeah,
you talk about a big thing, and the parental family obviously is a big deal, and kids don't have any responsibility whether they have one or two parents at home. But Shaka Smart talked a few months ago. Shaka and Maya got together and they did an event for Friends Association for Children, and it's a started as an orphanage in 1871. And Shaka at the press conference made one comment, and he held his daughter with his wife and said, the one thing that we're able to do is we have two parents in the household. So we have got to help those kids that don't have the two parents. And it sounds like that's what you're doing, whether they're being raised by just grandparents or aunts, uncles, or sometimes older brothers and sisters. Right. And that's where you're coming in. It sounds like a lot. Right. I really want to get to the event. Right. And really, first, tell people, because you are one of the first. How did you and I meet? Do you remember?
Refresh my memory.
You contacted me. I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
You know what?
You contacted me.
One of my board members did, because that's how it really works. Ayana Obika Claiborne. That's correct. We both saw you, but she was the one who reached out to you first.
It was either a phone call or an email, and that's how it happens. And when you see a nonprofit do that, when they're volunteers or the board of directors, pick up a phone or send an email and just say, hey, I want to be part of that. And so your guys are going to be on the Showcase Richmond at end of February, early March. And but I really want to talk about this event. I've seen some pictures, and that's why you're here. So talk about the event.
Well, it's so amazing that you just mentioned Shaka Smart and around fatherhood, because actually this event comes from our program, Girls for a Change, where we have girl action teams. And about 7 years ago, we had a group of girls that actually came from Friends Association for Children. Isn't this amazing how you didn't even know this?
No, I didn't.
And it's like, oh my God, I was like getting excited. And so basically...
You get excited, we're on the radio.
Yes. Oh no, it's awesome. And so basically girls are challenged with issues that they see in their community, and they say, I want to change that. I don't like it. It's making me angry. But we give them a different approach, a new approach to expressing what they're angry about, and how they can be a part of not a community service, but social change, a movement. And so these particular girls, 7 years ago, realized that their issues were really rooted to the lack of relationships with their fathers. And they wanted to actually reconnect with their fathers and build what they felt that would help them grow into the women that we said that they could be. They were like, you constantly tell us that we're beautiful and we're powerful, but we need to hear it from our dads, and we need to tell our dads we want them to tell us. And these girls decided to put on this great event that now is in its 7th year, called the Date with Dad. And it's the Date with Dad weekend, and over the course of the years, it has grown tremendously, where we can have girls connect with their fathers no matter wherever they are. And listen to that key word, wherever they are. Because remember, we're working with girls primarily in a low-income community, and they identify that, yes, I want to celebrate my father, but some of the fathers are not available. And so we had fill-in dads, which people like Delegate Joe Morrissey and Senator Henry Marsh came in and filled in for girls who didn't have access to their fathers because they were either deceased or he lived out of town, but they wanted to still see the model, see the possibility of what family could look like, and not just say men are not necessary. but one girl stood up and said, I want to go, but my father's incarcerated and I refuse to go with anyone besides him. And these girls were given the tools to critically think about a way they can make it possible. And they wrote a letter to Sheriff Woody at the Richmond City Jail and said, could we provide an opportunity for girls who cannot attend our dance with their biological fathers to have a dance in the jail, a dance of their own. And we're now in our 4th year of combining the whole weekend experience, which includes a Dash for Dads, where the whole community can come out, starting at the Robinson Theater, and walk and run for better fatherhood relationships. We also go to the YMCA and we have Active Dads, where we have all this action and movement and activity, and make sure dads know to help with childhood obesity. He plays a vital role in that. And then we have that dance of their own in the jail the same weekend. In 72 hours, all of this is happening in our city, and everybody has a role and a place to be involved.
What is your website?
It's campdiva.org.
Because I've seen some pictures. I saw Joe Morrissey and Senator Marsh. I remember seeing pictures, both of them. I think from what I hear, yes, Sheriff Woody, and we've been there, and he's been on this program also with us, and what he's accomplishing with Richmond City Jail has talent. These are parents down there that they regret what they did. They are either alcoholics or drug addicts, and they had addictions, and they've worked it through it. So this is a heck of a program. I guess you need prom dresses. We need suits, right? For we use fathers. Donations, money from corporations. You could make for a couple $1,000 gift to you guys. I have a feeling make a fantastic dance, and whether it's in the Richmond City Jail or not, it doesn't matter for those couple hours.
Exactly. And I would just end by saying the dance in the jail is one part, but now the dance that the girls originally started was only 20 fathers and daughters, and now we have over 600 fathers and daughters at the Date with Dad dinner and dance, and you all are invited, and mothers can volunteer.
We need volunteers. Angela Patton, I cannot tell you thank you enough for Camp Diva, all your work and your passion, your whole team, all your volunteers, all the girls, and thank you. You're making a difference day by day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.